Okay, you wonderful people, here we go. This is something a bit different. This is a projector fix. Hopefully, if we can get it to work. This is an Optoma and an EX551. And I'll show you the sample footage here. And as you can see, the problem, you get some black speckles all down the one side and some white squares, which I know is the DMD chip. So what I want to do first is I want to strip it down and do a bit of cleaning, see if we can get rid of the black speckles first. Then after that, testing, then we'll strip it down again and replace the DMD chip. So yes, this is the EX551, and it's a really nice projector. It does 3D. The image so far I've got about 100 inches, maybe 120. So what I've previously done is I've removed all the screws out the bottom. And we just need to change that right to as far back as it will go. And then on the back, we've got some black screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a really small one in there. So we need to remove those. Now, I'm not an expert in all this, but I have been watching a lot and obsessing over a certain channel, which I'll put in the link below. And this guy just repairs loads of projectors. So I thought, why not have a go yourself? I ordered the DMD chip from AliExpress, and that took about 2 weeks to come through. So yeah, it's a Texas Instrument designed DMD chip. It's got a colour wheel, a lamp obviously. Does 3D as well, 1080p. Would be nice to get a 4K projector at some point. Been leaning towards BenQ. So those are the big screws. We go on to the little one here. Don't know why they do that. There's got to be some kind of reason. So that's those out. Where we're going to go next? We'll try and get the cover off. No. You have to be a little bit careful because there is a cable attached to the top. Right, so as you can see, there's various different components that we need to disconnect. I'll tell you what we'll do also, just pop that back in, is we'll remove the the lamp, which I should have really done first. There you go, an OSRAM PVIP 180.08 E20.8, and this is the original lamp. Nice. Okay, so we'll move that to one side. And that's the top case off. There you go, that's what it looks like inside. That's the IR sensor there. So we'll move that to one side. On with that casing there. So you've got two fans there. They look okay. They're all connected. Yep. And I believe this is for the colour wheel. So making sure the white tab faces up. Don't think that's, oh yeah, it's got a little clip on it. So yeah, that makes it easier for returning. So we'll remove that. That's for another fan inside. That one I'm not sure about. These are all the controls for everything. That's for the speaker there. But what we'll do is there's the RS232 and the VGAs have all got these special screws on them. That also holds that board in. So we need to get those removed. And then we'll start on the top board. These look like they've got thread lock on them. So basically what I want to do is just access the parts that need cleaning first before we do any more chip changes. Should be those. Those speakers are just fans are just loose. They're not actually secured in, apart from the casing that holds them in. Okay, so let's start on the top board. Let's get that out. And I think these screws all earth to the board as well, because they've got a special washer on them. So there's that. Missing one. So yes, we'll move that to one side. Got some connectors underneath. Don't really want to disconnect, so I want to have a look at that fan there. Yeah. How's that going? Remove power. Okay, so you've got the DLP chip on there, some various other chips. So we'll move that over here on this basket. So that's the power supply. Or is that the power supply? One of the two. Not sure. That kind of sensor on there. So this fan, I think we need to get that out. Just because I want to inspect it for cleanliness and dust while we're in here. Oops. Okay, so there's 2 pins there. Okay, so looking at that, I think that needs a good clean. So we'll pause the video at this stage, and then we'll go further. Okay, so that fan, I just hit it with a paintbrush, just brushed it around inside, and then I used my air compressor just to blow out any dust. So that's how that's looking. So we need to get the optical components out. So there's 3 screws, I believe. Yeah, so that's the first one out. And the third one. So that's good. That should just come out now. So that's the colour wheel. And that looks all good. So I can move this part out. So let's have a look. that comes off. Not sure about that one. Excuse that sound, that's the compressor. Really want to check the DMD. Screwdrivers are not the best. Might just while we're at it, I don't know. Replace the DMD chip. Oh, I got in this far. Yeah. Don't know if you can see any of that. This is the actual DMD chip. So yeah, that's that. Just place that back on. Don't know if we were. Yeah. See all this stuff over there. I think I might just replace that. The optics look okay inside. You can see that. So bear with me while we get a DMD chip. Right, so we've got this brand new DMD chip. Look at that. So it's just a case of unclipping that one. Like so. And just need to remove, take that housing off. And just get some of that gunk off. A thermal paste. Looks quite good actually. It's not all gone dry and crumbly. So just last little clean. That's that. And get rid of that alcohol. That was isopropyl alcohol, 99%. So we need to get a thermal pad. Onto there. I've got a film on both sides. There you go. So that's on successfully. Pop that back on there. I get the new DMD chip. So that's in place. I'm sweating here. Then now I need to put this frame on. Yeah. That's everything, so we just need to reassemble everything. So I'll start off with getting these in position, and then just a case of tightening them all up. Yeah, everything looks okay on there. It's a right tricky business, this. So that's as far as we'll get on there for now, and we'll come back. Okay, so that's the optical unit's fine as far as I'm concerned for now, without testing. So we just need to reassemble. Which can be the tricky part, because if you miss something, you're buggered. But if you don't try, as Yoda once said, there is no do. Or he said something along those lines. There is no try, there is only do. So yeah, this is quite, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but I find this kind of stuff quite scary. Because if you muck it up, that's an expensive hobby, or an expensive thing to replace. And as we all know, money isn't growing on trees these days. Don't know if it ever did, but it doesn't seem to go very far, especially in England. Yes. I don't think we're in a bad place with this projector. Unless I've done something really bad. It's a shame those DMD chips do fail, but like the good thing about these projectors are they're modular in the respect that you can replace parts, but it's identifying the problem first. So that's the old speaker. Okay, so from underneath you need to plug in those 3 cables. One of them goes to the colour wheel, the other 2 are power supplies. So we're at this stage now, so we've got the basket, we've got this component, we've got those all plugged in underneath. These 2 cables are for the fan. And we need to line everything else up. With the back. So you get the basket in place first. So what I think I'll do first is get one of these in just to hold the board in place. Because you've got a connector that goes underneath there as well. And we'll screw in these back screws all along here. These things are not, it's not a quick job, this. I mean, it might be the second, third time you do it, but so that's that stage, which I'm happy with. So we'll plug the speaker in. Why not? Like that. Pull this tab out. That grips that. Then you've got your 2 fans. One goes underneath. And the reason I keep tilting it is just to see the pin positions. Make sure we get those in. Crucial. So it goes in there. I'm scared now because I think we're missing something that goes in there. So that's that. Cables down there. That's concerning. Oh no, it's the top. Those last two ones are the top. So that's where we're at. For now. That's that connected. Let's get the board reassembled. I've dusted all of this off with compressed air, so there should be no dust. So it's a dust-free projector at the moment. So that's that. Let's get these back in. We're not that far off now. Don't know what time I started this, but I think it's been a few hours. Good few hours. But that's because I'm taking it slow because I don't want to make a mistake. And I'd rather take it slow and get it correct first time than rush through and make loads of mistakes. And I did lose halfway through. I lost a screw, and I spent ages looking for that, and it turned out it just caught in the air. My trouser had just upturned at the bottom, and it caught in that little recess. After spending half an hour looking, and that was for the fan that goes under that assembly there. Right, that's that. Make sure those are in place. Then probably give this top piece a quick clean, and we'll be right back. Okay, it's time to put the casing in, screw up the bottom of the case, put the lamp back in, and we'll do some testing. So to get the case on, to plug these cables in, let me just double check which side that plugs in there. Sorry, it's not a good angle for this. So those two parts get plugged in. as before, we'll put this one screw back in. I've got the rest to put in, but we won't film that 'cause it's a bit boring. So I still haven't got a camera, a projector mount for this. So when we do test it, it will be, as they call in the trade, a bit wink wonk. In a case of just screwing this on. I think there's a special lever in that lid that tells the projector the lid's on, otherwise it won't fire up the bulbs. So, what the hell's that? I like the sound of that. I know what that problem was. It was just a little cap that had fallen off from the chair. It's a good job we found it before we fired it up. Could have ruined all those hours of work. Okay, so I won't put all the screws in, so we'll go to testing now.
Those beautiful things, flowers.
So yeah, quick test, and blimey Charlie, I think we've achieved it. There's no more speckles on the left. Obviously I need to do a bit more testing, but there you go. Thank you for following me on this journey. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.